Hello viewers. Um, Today I just want to talk briefly power banks. Usefulness of power banks, what you should look out for when buying power banks. So I'm away from work yesterday, but a couple of power banks in the office, so I can quickly do this video and advise general public on what they should look out for when buying power banks and what you should be careful about when buying power banks. But power banks are useful everyday essential for us, whether you have a 247 power supply or not. You need power bank to do a whole, maybe charging phones, charging your laptop, and many other things you can use power bank. But when buying power banks, there are things that you should look out for. And I'm just going to be naming a couple of things that you should look out for when buying power banks. One of which is the capacity. All right, so power bank is rated in mAh, which is milliamp. So why this matters is the milliamp hour and rating determines how much charge that the power bank can hold. All right, so common capacities range from 5,000 milliamp hour, which can just charge like 1 or 2 phones for you, to 30,000 milliamps hour for multiple devices. So what you should check, right? So choose a 10,000 milliamp hour for compact everyday use, whether you want to use it for yourself or you want to use it as a corporate gift for your organization. I can also advise that you opt for a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank for travel or for heavy users, and you can also give that to your clients. They can use it for charging their laptops, their phones, and also it will be good for travel use. So for gifting, like I said, you can use a 10,000 to 20,000 milliamp hour power bank. All right. Then the red flag that you watch out for when choosing capacity for power bank, you need to avoid power banks that have very high suspicious milliamp hour. So what I mean is, you may see a power bank that is a 50,000 milliamp hour at a very low price. Some of them are really very unreliable. All right. Then another thing that you should look at when purchasing power banks, I've mentioned capacity as the first. So the other one you should look at quickly is the output, the wattage and fast charging. So those are very important. So let me tell you why it matters. So why it matters is the output measured in watts or amps affect charging speed. Fast charging supports is critical for modern devices. So what you should check when buying. So if you don't go buy a power bank that when you're trying to charge a power bank, it takes you forever. So what you should look at for quickly when looking at the number 2 watch out for power bank, like I mentioned, is you look for at least a power bank that has got 18 watts output for fast charging. All right, so minimum 18 watts output for fast charging, and you also need to check if it's got multiple ports, like your USB-A, USB-C, and also a port for your iPhone devices. You also need to check if it's compatible, if it's very compatible with your target devices, so you know what your target devices are. If you are looking at charging a laptop with it, charging other devices, so you just look out for those things. You can, if you want to give this out as corporate gift, you should try as much as possible to avoid things like power bank with low outputs. Like we are seeing output rating of 5 watts is going to take you forever to charge. The third thing I will just quickly touch on is the input power as well. For power banks, input and output power seriously matters. So input power speaks to fast charging, right? Even output power also speaks to fast charging as well. So fast charging from public power and fast charging from your device into whatever you want to charge that device with. It's important to also look out for that. So like I said, you need an input also that is 18 watts and above, and output that is 18 watts and above. So a red flag that I will mention if you're buying power banks again is when you say power bank that has got a very low input, it will take you several hours to recharge it. Another thing to look out for, number 4 for me, is the build quality and durability. Right? So it's important. Why this matters is a durable power bank ensures the longevity, reflecting well on your brand when gifted or even for personal use if you choose to use it for that purpose. So what you need to check, you need to look out for things under build quality now and durability. You need to look at things like approved power banks by the regulatory bodies in charge of doing same in the country where you are. Alright, so it is important that you check if these power banks are approved for your own safety. Not much as power bank is good, it also has its own drawback. A power bank can explode when exposed to extreme heat. Throw it inside water and a whole lot that can inflict injury. So just fast forwarding, another thing to quickly look at, you need to look at portability and the size. Another thing to look at, so why portability and size is good, so you can easily move them around, or traveling with it, and it won't be a problem. So another thing to look out for is the brand reputation. What brand of power bank are you looking at buying? So I mentioned that also in the 7, you need to look at safety features. Why it matters is poor quality power bank can damage devices or pose safety risk, harming you, and if you're giving it out as a corporate gift, and may also harm your brand, your brand's reputation. So another thing to quickly look out for is the price versus value. Yes, I will always speak about value over price, but for me has always been about value over price, but it's also a function of what you can afford and what your budget is basically. So price versus value. So I would say again why this matters is you need to balance cost and quality just to ensure you offer, just to ensure you buy something within competitive rate, and if you're using it as corporate gift, just to make sure it falls into the budget that you have. Then another thing to quickly look out for, number 9, compatibility with devices, which is also very important. So why this matters is power banks will support the recipient devices for maximum utility. So you need to check if it's got USB Type C, Type A, and the other main USB, everything that actually speaks to your target device and what you want to use it for. Then number 10, you also need to look at aesthetics and customization. So why this matters is if you want to use it, especially for a promotional gift, appearance and branding potentials are actually key in key to making an impact. So you need to look at the design that you are picking. All right. So those are the things that you need to look out for when purchasing power banks. So we have quite a number of power banks here that I brought from the office. So we have the ones that are the premium kind of power banks. We have the very regular. So we have one of our premium range is Varga product. So our Varga product is one of our premium range, and this is a power bank from Varga, and you can see that this is a 20,000 milliamp power bank. You can see what this power bank has got. You can say this is Varga, so we have instructions here and the cables are in here. Alright, then we have another smaller one. You can see how portable this is. So this is a 10,000 milliamp power bank. It's very light, fantastic for travels. You just put this in your bag and you are good to go. So the cable is right in here, and here's the power bank. You can see how it is. It's 10 milliamp power bank. Fantastic. Then we have another good power bank, which is by Swiss Cougar. So this is a wireless charging portfolio. So this is actually a notebook that has got a power bank in it. So you can just put your device here and it starts charging like immediately. So I'm just going to flip this open. So opening this, you can see where the power bank is, right? So this is a notebook. So this is a multi-functional device. So this is the power bank, this is the USB connected to this power bank. Here are the cables, you can see the magical cables, and voila. So this is it. And so when you put your phone here, it starts charging. Right, so we have another power bank here. Right, so chargers here. So here you just put in your phone here and automatically it starts charging. Another very interesting power bank that we have is the solar power bank, which I can recommend you buy also if you are interested. So what this does for you is you do not really need power all the time to charge this. So you can charge with power and you can charge with solar energy. All right, so that's what I'm using currently to charge my phone. So this is another solar power bank, which is very durable for use. So we have another one in here, which is a fantastic power bank as well. You can see all the ports that it's got. And also on our website we have about 33 different types of power banks on www.choosingbranding.com.ng. You can just go to the search bar and type power bank in the search bar, and it will pull out all the power banks that we have. Or you just go to the gift sections, then you see power banks, you click on it, it's going to pull that out for you. So we sell and we brand promotional products aside of power banks, and we have them in huge quantity. So whether you want them for your personal use or you want to give them out as a corporate organization, we have them in whatever number that you want. Yes, you can brand your logo on these power banks. You can have your logo somewhere here, there, as the case may be. And we have branding guidelines for all of them. You can have your logo there, so we can brand on all of this. We have branding guidelines that we can share to show you the brandable area. A team of experts have looked at the items and they know the areas where we should brand. So we are very big when it comes to branding. We do excellent branding for corporate organizations, so we can brand on all of these items. So very important again, when choosing power banks, it's important to watch out for the steps and the things that I mentioned. The capacity of the power bank, is that power bank approved, quality of the power bank, durability, and others. Alright, so that's it for power banks. If you have questions, you can drop it in the comment section for us to talk on it.